Pack 2 Pure Nebraska. Here on the show, we like to take time to hear from a volunteer with the farm women's group, Common Ground. The organization is working to get a positive message out about agriculture.
Today we are going to get a better idea of the challenges young women face when it comes to getting involved in the field of agribusiness. Joining us now with more on that is Common Ground volunteer Don Caldwell from Agri, Nebraska. And thank you for driving here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, good to see you again.
How's
You guys
everything out your way?
Harvest is going. It's a busy fall. Harvest, weaning, and we could, if Brad would help us out, we could kind of use a rain to settle some dust right now.
Yeah, maybe John could help you out too with harvest. He's been wanting.
Yeah,
to
John can come help harvest, and we'll get a rain in there somewhere and get a break, and we'll all be good.
And y'all be happy. Well, you're a Common Ground volunteer, so you want to talk a little bit about being involved in agribusiness. Yeah.
Right. You know, and so all of us Common Ground volunteers who come on are farm wives, but some of us also have jobs off the farm. And it's really interesting being a female. So I look back to the early 90s, mid 90s, when I got out of college. There weren't very many of us entering the ag workforce as salespeople, as agronomists, as feed nutritionists, whatever we might be doing. And it takes a lot to earn the respect in what's traditionally known as a man's world, but there is plenty of opportunity. There are very smart young women out there, very talented young women, and there's a place for them to be doing those things.
What are some of the challenges and maybe the opportunities that are out there when you talk about agribusiness, and what are you talking about when you mention agribusiness?
Sure. So opportunities are the two things I mentioned: nutritionist, agronomist, anything agriculture, technology, sales related. There are infinite number of jobs and things we don't even know right now will exist in 3 or 4 or 5 years. So men and women alike can do any of those things. Challenges, especially for us girls who are out in the field, if you will, oftentimes we're calling on a male farmer who probably has a spouse. It's very important that we earn the respect of that spouse while we're earning the respect of the farmer. It's typically a business relationship on a farm. Sometimes the wives are the decision makers on purchasing products or making agronomic decisions or livestock nutrition decisions. So we need to remember that we have to be very respectful to both people in farming couples and let them get to know us too and know that we're not a threat in any of their relationships.
Are there internships out there for people who want to get involved?
Absolutely. And you guys know that I work at the Aurora Cooperative for my day job, so my agribusiness is that, and we hire a number, probably 50 boys and girls or young men and young women from college each summer for our internship program, and I see a lot of other businesses like ours do the same thing.
We have about a minute left, and Don, you mentioned a blog while we were talking off camera, and this had a relationship to what we're talking about.
It does, and I encourage people to Google it because it showed up in my Facebook feed, and I wish I had written it. It was so well done. It was entitled "To the Woman Riding in My Husband's Combine." Now you think about harvest right now, which we've been talking about. That's their office. That's the farmer's office here for a couple months' time. And when you have advised them on their cropping decisions and you have advised them on what seed to plant and what fertilizers they needed to apply, you want to follow up on that, and that's the place to do it. And unfortunately, some farm wife was very offended by someone riding with her husband in the combine. Another agribusiness woman wrote a blog that was just outstanding, supporting the young woman in the combine and thanking her for being there and encouraging other young women to play that professional role and continue to advise farmers and help them.
That's great.
Well, Don, thank you. And you're going to stick around, right?
I am. We're going to cook up some pepperoni buns here.
Yes,
Wow. I see him over
that's the
there.
good news.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to stick around. Thank you, Don.
You
So
bet.
we're looking forward to
Yeah.
that because, you know, everybody needs a good snack.